Hello, truth seekers. This is your Conspiracy Laws host, JB. Welcome to episode 7. Today we're going to blow the lid off of rich people colonizing the moon, leaving us behind. It's really disgusting. It angers me. I'm going to try not to get too angry about it. First of all, I know in conspiracy theory circles that supposedly the moon landing didn't happen. That is complete BS. The moon landing happened. It's obvious. If you have even a sliver of scientific knowledge, that fact is obvious. Yeah, you can't fake what we've seen with our own senses. It, it happened. Uh, this conspiracy theory is really just a distraction from what's really going on. And I hope you don't let it distract you. The moon landing happened, period. So it's also claimed that no one has been on the moon since 1972. That is a fact you'll see everywhere. It's on Wikipedia. I believe it was Eugene Cernan, just died recently. He was the last person on the moon, according to the official accounts. But I'm going to reveal some facts to you today that prove that there have not only been people there since then, but they continue to develop Earth's only permanent natural satellite. We continue to develop it and to create compounds up there just to serve the rich. The rest of us, we're being left behind. To give a little background on this, let's think back to 1972. I wasn't alive, and you may not have been, but there is plenty of documentation of what the world was like. And specifically in 1972, that was the year that uh, we, like the scientists in the government, in academia, corporate scientists everywhere were discovering that man-made global warming was destroying the Earth, and there was no turning back. That became apparent. It was not publicly uh, available knowledge at the time, but it's you can now like see research from back then that made the discovery that the carbon emissions were um, reaching levels where we could not go back, and that basically the Earth was screwed. So the people only really people with this information were the powerful and the rich. The rich knew that they like to take the bull by the horns. They knew that there was no chance that Earth was going to continue to exist. No way they could continue to live here. So they decided they'd need to escape somewhere. 1972, bam, the moon missions inexplicably stopped. At least the public ones, the ones that we know about. But the thing is, the moon missions actually went underground, so to speak. They became only trips for the rich to to take supplies, to just get the moon ready for humans to live there. So the true effects of global warming continue to be covered up for the most part, so people don't panic. But the truth of the matter is that we have 3 years tops. The only uh, scientists are only able to say like that, oh, 50 years we might have trouble. This is purposeful. There are very rich, powerful elements that are keeping scientists from giving the true uh, timeline that we have. which is 3 years max. It's scary, really. We like you see the third world countries are developing like wild, using tons of resources and emitting all sorts of gases. That has caused just things to snowball, or melting snowball, if you will. A little gallows humor there. It's sad. Um, the rich are ready to go. Everything is already up there. Uh, Everything is done undercover. They they have underground pockets, bunkers on the moon. Uh, that most of the buildings under the surface of the moon, so that you can't observe it with your average like Walmart telescope. So you're not gonna be able to see what they're doing up there. You might I I've heard of people with very good telescopes being able to see what's up, but it's pretty rare, and they weren't. It was only like for a brief moment they saw like a large machinery moving along and then disappearing again immediately. Um, so it's scary. Most of the surface work though is done on the dark side of the moon where you can't see it, because it's facing away from the Earth and it's dark. So this also kind of ties into Elon Musk and SpaceX. Um, so the secret society, what I like to call the secret society of the rich, I have not found a name. I have some clues as to what their code name is when they communicate with each other. I've seen some documents, but for our purposes for now, I'm just going to refer to it as the secret society of the rich. So they do not like Elon Musk. Uh, he's considered new money and therefore untrustworthy. And they also just find him creepy, which he kind of is. I'm not going to say I got this information directly from Mr. Musk. I will just say that I have connections in the highest of places that are providing me with this info. Anyway, Musk has been trying to expose this plan. That's the whole reason he started SpaceX. And you may not realize that the X in SpaceX stands for expose. It's to expose the rich. Uh, the evidence is just obvious. So by now, I you should have all the evidence you need to understand that um, this is definitely happening. We're going to be left behind by the rich, to die here, when Earth becomes uninhabitable because of global warming. If you don't believe me after this, do your own research. All of the evidence is there. You just gotta know where to look, and hopefully I'm pointing you in the right direction. Uh, but if you're still on the fence, uh, I'll I'm gonna just give you one more piece of evidence that you can observe firsthand. Um, I think you should pay special attention to the ultra rich, the Warren Buffetts, the Koch brothers. So, do you see them building compounds on high ground to avoid the rising waters? Do you see them moving to cooler areas or buying property in cooler areas, uh, to avoid the heat that will come with global warming? Uh, are they doing anything to combat global warming? No, they're not doing anything. That, as far as we can tell, there's no preparation at all. Um, that's because they have an escape plan. They're going to the moon, and they've got their transportation all set up. They've All of them have actually visited the moon. They are sending their valuables up there. They've got some posh stuff up there. It's really amazing. I got my hands on some photos. I actually was able to just look at them. I wasn't able to like take them and make copies, and wow. we've got stuff that's like sky underground skyscrapers basically. That's how deep it goes in the moon. But that I'm just gonna leave it at that today. I need to get going. If you have any questions or ideas, please comment below. Please support the truth by subscribing to the Conspiracy Laws channel and sharing the truth with your friends. We'll be back on Monday with an episode about how Mensa's the high IQ society is being used to distract the smartest people in the world. In the meantime, think about what we've talked about today. We awake the world tomorrow.